Okay, so we're still solving trig equations. We're into B. It's still between 0 and 2 pi. It's the next question here. So I want to be able to factor. The problem with this question is I have a cos and I have sine, so I can't factor when I have the same thing. So I need to write this in terms of one trig function. 1 minus cos squared x can be replaced with, and if you remember, I'll use my this sort of a scrap paper up here. Remember the formula, sine squared plus cos squared equals 1. So if I wanted to get isolate sine squared, when we move this over, this would equal to 1 minus cos squared x. So that's what sine squared x equals. So 1 minus cos squared x can be replaced with sine squared x. So we're going to keep that in there, right? Now we have everything in terms of sine. Let's move everything to one side so that we can factor. So we're going to move everything to the left side of the equal sign. So that changes those signs, set it equal to 0. Now we're solving a trig equation that we are used to doing. So we have sine x, two numbers that multiply to -2, add a -3, we're going to get -2, -1. Sine x equals 2, sine x equals 1. Sine x equals 2 is undefined. There are no values past greater than 1 for sine x. So this side we would say no solution. And for sine x equals 1, we're going to use our circle. We're going to look at where the y value is 1. The y value is 1 occurs just here. We are doing just one revolution between 0 and 2 pi. So my answer is just x equals pi by 2. I need to consider any restrictions. I want to make sure pi by 2 isn't a restriction. If you look at the question, we just have cos and sine. There's no NPVs when we have sine x and cos x on their own. So here is your answers.